This is Valerie with Backyard Montana. In this video, I'm taking you along on my big tree vacation to Washington's Olympic National Park. I planned this trip around one goal, exploring the region's old-growth forests. From the Hoh and Quinault Rainforests to the rugged Pacific coastline, this trip goes beyond the backyard. So come along as we explore these unique landscapes of the Pacific Northwest. Made it to Port Angeles. I am at the Olympic National Park Visitor Center, and I'm gonna ask my outlying questions that I wasn't quite sure of when researching, so we'll do that. All right, got the down low on tides. They are predictable, and apparently right now is great for Salt Creek Recreation Area, so I think I'm gonna go there and stretch my legs. Whew, it's been a day. We've made it to the Salt Creek Recreation Area, and let's see what we see. Gorgeous trees, really nice campground here. Cool. The lady at the visitor center said low tide of 2 or less is typically needed for really good tide pooling, and I think this is like a 2.5 or 3 or so. And I got here, you know, just shortly after low tide, probably like 45 minutes after that point. How about that? Another little hole in the wall. Jellyfish. That's cool. Well, that was fun. So it's about a 40-ish minute drive to the next Airbnb, going on 5 o'clock, so get there around 5:45. And I was debating if I run or eat in town, and I think I just want to go there, and maybe I'll run tomorrow and have a good meal after that. So, to the Airbnb. Also, just look at how big and beautiful these trees are at Salt Creek. Really pretty spot. And there's a campground within it. So I've been debating for the last half hour what to do. I'm like, should I go out to eat? Should I go to the port for Port Angeles, check that out? Should I be taking more advantage? But I just realized, like, I had a big travel day. I did see, you know, some tide pooling. I went to the visitor center, so I think I'm gonna go back and just have like a relaxing evening with a meal that I brought with me. And tomorrow's a big day, so tomorrow is going to be more adventure filled, and I can let myself chill. It's just one of those things when you're traveling alone versus having someone to bounce ideas off of. Just gotta make the best decision. Admiring this landscaping here. Wow, that's gorgeous. All right, Airbnb number 2. Tiny, tiny, tiny home. Very small, but it's cute. Yeah. Got a tiny kitchen area, top bunk for sure. Always a top bunk. full bathroom, so it'll do for the next couple of days. Tonight's meal is a good to go Thai curry. Alright, so I really slacked on the video. Ultimately, I had dinner, I showered, talked to Mitch. I'm gonna go to bed early tonight because I realized sunrise is 5:17 or something, and so I'm gonna wake up at 3 a.m., drive there, watch sunrise, do some work, go for a trail run, and we'll see from there. But I'm going to sleep, so good night. I'm trying to sleep, and I hear this guy. Snoopy bird. Good morning. I had some coffee. It's 3:30 right now. I'm very proud of myself for getting up at 3 in the morning. I was playing a dangerous game of lay in bed after the alarm goes off, and I'm glad that I didn't let that, trick me into falling asleep again. I had coffee, brushed my teeth. I'm all ready to go. Just gotta go out into the dark to my car and drive up to Hurricane Ridge. I've arrived to the trailhead, and that is a trail to Sunrise Ridge, Sunrise Trail. Look this way, and I'm pretty sure that's Mount Baker, way out there. So I kind of figured, but yep, that's Mount Olympus out there. Those glaciers are phenomenal. Wow. That is very cool. Whew. Well, it's pretty nice up here. It's been a nice sunrise, beautiful alpenglow on Mount Olympus, and yeah, I love sunrise. It's like some avalanche. So I came down to this bench, and it's a lot nicer than trying to balance on the logs up there. So, do my sketch. I did my best. It's hard when you're trying to sketch something so far away. I keep getting lost on where I was looking. It's only 6:30 and I finished my sketch this morning. I think it's gonna be a long day. I'm not sure I have enough planned. We might have to add some more hikes onto the day. There's like tons of deer down here, basking in the sun, which is a good idea. It is a little chilly. Just wish I had my sunglasses. It's gonna be a bright day. I think that's bear shit. Well, well, well. Who do we have here? I found your poop earlier. Jeez, gotta remember to look back sometimes. That is gorgeous. Have that the whole way back. I think I found another one. Yep. This place has a lot of bear. That's not too far. So it seemed like the trail was kind of going back down to where that black bear was, and I don't have my bear spray, so I'm not really feeling it. This is a very berry area though. Wow. This guy is working his way up towards the trail seemingly. Just chatted with a French guy who I guess is also visiting this area and doing a 4-month road trip with his fiance. That sounds nice. Take 4 months and see everything. Anyways, it was really nice. Alright, well, back at the car. That was a really nice morning, and gonna go maybe find a library or a cafe, get some work done, and then continue adventuring. So it was a good thing I was killing some time up there, because apparently the library doesn't open until 10 and it's about 9:15. So I saw this signs for a fine arts area and they have a sculpture park. So we'll check that out. Webster's Woods Sculpture Park. Okay, it's the Port Angeles Fine Arts Center is where it's at. Let's check it out. Make sure there's no spider webs. I like this. I do some stained glass. So can appreciate, especially the combination with wood and glass. Mosaic. I think I need to be facing the other way. Very pretty. Kind of cool. I didn't realize you can see the strip of land that comes out for Port Angeles. Well, killed about 25 minutes, so it was a nice walk through the woods with some sculptures. Make our way to the library. Still be early, but be beating down the doors. Let me into the library. Such a good book. Well, I'm leaving the library to go grab lunch, and I think someone took Stella Luna. I'm so glad. All right, I'm at the West Elwha trailhead to do some trail running. Had a great day working at the library. Shout out to Port Angeles Library. That was a really pleasant experience. And I'm ready to get some running in. Let's go. I rounded this corner. Look who's in the trail. Excuse me. Oh my goodness, oh baby. Hello, baby. Oh, what a cutie. Such a discreet entrance to a national park. Wow, that is the biggest tree I've come across so far. My goodness. It's hard to give perspective. Ooh, a res? Or, what do you call it? Salmonberry? No way. One looks ripe. Found another one, another huge one. I still don't know how to capture just how big it is. I mean, I'm up against it. Beautiful. Scared the bejeebus out of this little dude who is not happy. Then I heard a bunch of rustling in here. Better just be another squirrel. Wow, so pretty. I forgot to get to the dam. You take a little bit of a road run on a unused road, decommissioned because of a washout. So I saw a ton of these on the drive here, and I'm pretty sure it's foxglove. I've never seen it growing wild. It's so pretty. Need to get it to focus. Looks like we made it to the old busted dam. There you have it. Beautiful. That's beautiful. Alright, I found the plaque. So dam removal began September 15th, 2011, and it looks like continued removing it until August 26, 2014. So 12 years since the dam's removal, and it started rewilding. Little birdies. This is probably the closest I'll get to the Elwha River, so I figured I'd take the little detour to come fully take it in. Alright, 9-mile run complete. It was really beautiful. I really enjoyed this. So onward to food. So had a good dinner and gonna try this real fruit ice cream place. Went with pineapple New Zealand style ice cream, and it's pretty good. Check out the wharf. It's cold out there. Cold ice cream. Alright, back at the cozy little Airbnb tiny cabin. Probably just gonna shower and kind of hang out. It's been a long day, been up since 3 a.m. and it's going on 9, I think, right now. Let's see. It's 8:30. But yeah, saw a lot, had a really great day. Looking forward to tomorrow, so I'll see you tomorrow. Good morning. Gonna have some coffee and breakfast outside since it's pretty nice. I love this little grove here. A little bit of privacy. It's so peaceful out here, listening to the birds. Tiny house. So I was binge watching so many like tiny house tours a couple months ago, and I've decided this one's too small. The next tiny house near Forks is quite a bit bigger, so we'll see how that goes. All packed up and ready to make the journey to the Forks area with a couple stops on the way. Crescent Lake area, do the Storm King, I can't remember the name, hike, and waterfall trails, Solduk area, and yeah, just enjoy all the little stops along the way there. At the trailhead for Storm King, and I guess Mirror Falls is at the same trailhead, so check it out. Early bird has a worm. I was wondering how we'd get across the road. We go underneath it. Wow, big trees. Officially on the ascent of the trail. It is about 2,000 feet of elevation gain in 2 miles. So nice and steep. Gorgeous. Little ridge rock walk. Found the ropes. So far, I'd say fine without the ropes on the way up with good shoes, but we'll want it on the way down. Bear grass. That's cool. Alright, summit was a bit busy, but enjoyed the views and headed back down. So much nicer on the way down. Though it does, the angle is such, it makes you want to kind of jog it. On to Mirror Falls. It's gonna be a bit busier. Ooh, that looks real nice. Dunked my head in the creek. Much better. Finished up that hike, and it was getting really busy towards the end there, so we'll see what Solduk is like. So I'm at Salmon Cascade Overlook. The salmon may be jumping, so we'll have some lunch and see if we can see some fish. Interesting. Cougar frequenting area. Well, that would be very cool. So no salmon were jumping, but we're gonna continue down the road and check out some ancient groves. Great big mousy tails. So what I'm liking about this trail is it's pretty quiet, which is nice compared to Storm King, that area. Big tree. It's actually really nice. I have time to like get myself into perspective with how big these trees are, and just having a memento of me in this forest. at Solduke Falls. It's a popular trailhead again, so we'll see how it goes. First evidence of huckleberries. Still got a little bit. Had fun photographing dippers and just enjoying the creek above the waterfall here. It's a busy trail, but it's definitely worth it. It's so beautiful. Just have to find a space to enjoy it and a little bit more quiet. Little blue jay, right when I got back to my car. Made it to tiny house number 2. Well, well, well. Hello. You're used to so many visitors, aren't you? Not even fazed. Oh my gosh, I didn't have time to close the door on him. Kitty, you gotta go. Oh my gosh, this is like 3 times the size of the other tiny home. Maybe even 4. Nah, probably 3. But it's so spacious. Can't get over it. Also a really nice deck and hangout area. Maybe I'll have some snacks out there. So, I was researching all the things to get from Trader Joe's. Hello, kitty. He likes the crinkly bag. Or she, I don't know. Oh, this kitty is sweet. Anyways, I was Googling. Oh, claws! Hello! Ouch! Sorry, but that hurts. Googling things to get from Trader Joe's because we don't have one anywhere near us, and that was chili and lime rolled corn chips. Reminds me of Doritos. It's okay. So I've had a bunch of snacks and kind of chilled, but I feel like it's too early to just settle in for the night. It's like 5:30. Yeah, 5:30. So I'll go check out or try to check out Rialto Beach. Tides are getting higher, but I think it's still safe for, say, like an hour's visit or so. And we'll see what that's about. Holy crap, I thought this was a rock. It is driftwood. Wow. I don't know, does this give you scale? It's huge. I'm really glad I came here. It's really nice. So the tide isn't coming in as fast as I thought it would, so I think there's time for a beach walk. I think this is good for me. I'm getting all paranoid about the tides. This is kind of cool though. River feeding into the ocean. I think it's noticeable that the tide has come in. I think I'm glad I stopped where it did. It's 7:45. I think I'll head back, have some food. Tomorrow's another early day, most likely, so get some good sleep. So I'm really close to my Airbnb, but woo, got distracted by how beautiful this is. Oh my gosh, the minnows jumping. That's so funny. My cat was waiting for me. Good morning. It is 5:30 a.m. and so I'm going to go to the Hall of Mosses first thing. Takes about an hour to get there. And after that, plan to go to the most western point and the terminus for the Pacific Northwest Trail. Alright, entering the Hall of Mosses Trail. I thought I was already on it, but it just begins. Wow, these trees, oh my gosh. They are huge. There's a bunch of elk in here, and it's calving season for them. Oh, they are so tame, it's so weird. Hello? Found a baby. Oh wow, good job. I was not expecting to see the elk, considering there are people, especially that have been here before me. But yeah, I forget how wildlife is in national parks. But it was really cool to see, especially, oh my gosh, 3 fawns. I mean, there were other elk, so maybe it was multiple mothers, but so sweet. Found a big black slug. It's so hard to tell scale, and I'm not gonna go over the little rope there, but that's a huge tree, and it's still alive. Perspective. Great big tree. Man, these trees, they're really put into perspective. Like, I don't know. There's not many places that make you feel this small, but I guess now I know what it feels like to be a mouse in a forest. Just everything being so big. I finished a haul of mosses, and now I'll check out the Spruce Nature Trail. Man, it's forests like these where without a trail it just looks so difficult to move through. This must be some of the lettuce lichen. I saw a plaque describe it as it lives in the upper canopy, I guess. These really big trees. Oh, that's huge. Cannot get all of it, but interesting. I guess they have shallow roots. You'd think they'd have huge, deep roots for how big they are, but. So I listened to a ranger talk, and it was really good. I learned that there's a foot of dirt up in the upper canopy, and that keeps the ecosystem here thriving. The trees need it. The trees below the canopy need that. There's nesting birds that nest up in that dirt layer and debris layer. The black slug that I saw is called a licorice slug. On to Ozette to check out the Pacific Northwest Trail terminus and some other things. 2.5 hours. Ah! Took a little pit stop. Taking this view. Is Siku? I'm not sure if I'm pronouncing that right. Would be so cool to see a whale, but I guess it's super rare. Phew, almost there. This is a long and windy road. Seems Seems like a busy area. The parking lot is pretty full, but I found a spot, so yay. All right, on to the Ozette Trail. I was originally gonna run this trail, but I think it's pretty hot, and I have a lot of time before low tide. So I was paying attention at that talk from the park ranger lady, and I've identified this as a western red cedar scale. Oh yeah, I also read it's boardwalk the whole way, which I've never been on a trail that's 100% boardwalk. So that's interesting. At least, you know, the part through the woods is. Then there's beach walk for the areas I want to check out. Okay, so not all boardwalk. This reminds me of like a bog or something. The way that looks, it makes me think maybe it is a bog. Like, you know, plant living over a body of water. So something cute the ranger said about banana slugs was that when it's really hot, they'll crawl into a leaf and curl it up and wrap it around them and take a nap. I was thinking of it because it's a pretty hot day. Middle of the day, almost. It's like 2:30 at this point. I think we're getting close to the beach finally. Oh yeah, I can smell it. Nice and cool breeze. Okay, on to quest number 1. Well, I guess I've arrived. I was looking for the terminus for the Pacific Northwest Trail, and I guess there's not necessarily a sign. Maybe there was one at the campground, the Alava campground. So I'll have to check that out, you know, after I check out Wedding Rocks is where I also wanted to go. So, no sign, but did a little beach walk. This beach is smelly and has some debris. Can hear some seals in the distance, so that's cool. I don't see them, but I think they're pretty far out. So, Cape Alava is the most western location you can get to on contiguous United States. So that's why I wanted to come check it out. And then I learned recently about the Pacific Northwest Trail, so I figured I'd look for a terminus sign that might explain that, but none exists. So I've just arrived. So on to Wedding Rocks. Doing a little rock hopping here in the smelly rocks. Hopefully it's better around this corner. I tell you what, this is no Rialto Beach. It's smelly, rock hopping. I don't know, I guess it's more adventurous, so. No idea what that is, but some sort of debris. Very rusty and old looking. Whew. This beach walk is really taking it out of me. I don't know, is that a washed up elk? It's got like hair, which is strange. Oh my gosh, I'm so psyched. This was a really good one. I'm so glad I found it, because that beach walk, I tell you, if I didn't find them, I'd be disappointed. That's cool. Found this one just now. Well, I saw a couple, like 2 to be exact. I think I'm kind of going away from that area, so I guess I decided I'm gonna do the Ozette Triangle. I wasn't really planning on it, but this seems a lot easier walking than the northern stretch headed south to them. I think my legs and ankles will be toast after this. Tomorrow will be a more chill day. But yeah, I saw what I wanted to see, which was visit the most western point in the contiguous US and see petroglyphs. So I'm happy. That's cool. It's one of those rocks that swirl around to make a big bowl. Yay! That's where we go back to the forest trail. Though now the sand is firm and easy to walk. But that was, I don't know, that zapped me. I think I need a little motivational snack and lemonade. Came from way out there. Maybe even around that bend. I'm trying to decide if that's the Wedding Rocks area. That was a long beach walk. Watch rate's 7.47 plus the 2-3 miles this morning doing all the haul of mosses on Spruce Trail. So I'll be curious what today's total mileage ends up being. Feeling a bit better after snack break and 3 miles back to go. Here we go. Looks like a very strong tea in there with the tea bag on the left. I think maybe that's due to tannins in the soil. Okay, mileage ended up being 10.4 and I did a little, walk north, so I don't think it was that far, but still. Maybe it's a 10-mile hike to do the Ozette Triangle. Anyways, I'm pretty tired, so have an hour to drive back to the Airbnb, take a shower for sure, and eat some food and hang out. That sounds nice. Back at the tiny home, ate dinner, relaxed, and I'm so looking forward to sleep. My ankles and everything, a little sore, so that beach walk was a lot, apparently. So, good night. See you tomorrow. Good morning. So, I'm just waking up here. It's 7 a.m. Getting ready, having coffee, just enjoying this morning here. It's so peaceful. It felt really good sleeping in today. I'm just mostly tired, not really sore today. But we're going to the Quinault Reservation area. There's a big lake. There's some more old growth forest, like the biggest Sitka Spruce type activities for today, and some beach activities. So today will be a little bit more chill, definitely not high mileage, or I'm gonna try to keep it that way. Last fall day in Olympic National Park, so we're gonna make the most of it. All packed up, ready to go. It is 8:20, so I'll probably get there around 9:30 or so, and yeah, let's have some fun. Almost missed my sign there. Alright, we've arrived to the Maple Glade Rainforest Trail, so we'll check it out. Ooh, I see some berries. Yeah, it's back there. That one looks ripe. Big, juicy one. Oh my gosh. Look how big that is. I'm pretty sure it's a salmonberry. Wow. Maybe not ready. Okay. God, that's a big one though. Big trees. I love the big trees. Gosh, it's so cool to see the trees growing from an existing tree. I don't know. Right from our root. This one. There's buddies way up there. All right, I think I found a ripe one. No bugs. One I found earlier had inchworms. Oh. That's pretty good. These berries are a nice surprise. Well, that was nice, you know? It felt relatively quiet for being such a short trail. It was enjoyable, really peaceful. The berries were a plus and a surprise. So I did see like a little picnic area with a short hike on the way here. I think I'll check that out. And then I found the right way to get to the largest Sitka spruce in the world, is what they claim. Because the road is washed out somewhere along this shoreline, and I wasn't sure if what way we needed to approach it from. So we go back to the road and go around the other way. Looks like a nice lunch spot. Perfect. Spot in the shade. A little bit of space. Oh yeah, got some charcuterie going on, some veggies, some prosciutto, meats, cheese, hummus. Perfect. All right, had an amazing lunch, and I'm ready to go see the biggest Sitka spruce in the world. There's a lot more little trails in here that you could do. Could make more out of it, but we are here to see the tree. Wow, this is definitely it. Well, that was cool. Saw the world's biggest Sitka spruce. I am surprised he or she does not have a name. We've got the world's largest larch tree in Montana, and his name is Gus. So I think this tree needs a name. What do you think? What should her or his name be? Also, I was surprised to read on the thing that, on the little sign about it, that there's a big tree, like, tourist list. So, said something about finding it at a big tree, or a rainforest store. So I don't know where that is, but hopefully I can find it. Man, had I known there were a whole bunch of trails to the biggest trees, I might have planned more for this area. So, the world's largest red cedar, unfortunately, fell down, but there were 3 other trees. The largest yellow cedar, hemlock, western hemlock, and mountain hemlock. So we saw the Sitka spruce. Oh, and Douglas fir. Interesting. Good to know. Well, wish I had known. Now you know if you're coming this way. I am now headed to all the different beaches. I'll see how many I end up checking out, but yeah, the rest of today is beach day, and then there was another old growth forest area that I wanted to check out, so onward. Oh my gosh, I don't know how I forgot, but we're going to see the Tree of Life. That is an activity for one of the beaches. We're at Quinault Beach, I believe that's how you say it. Tree of Life. So you can kind of crawl in behind it, which is not what I was expecting. There's a bunch of, I forget what you call these rocks. Good luck rocks? I can't remember. Kindness rocks? It's interesting. It's like, instead of carving names into the trees, people have left rocks with their names on them. We can do a little beach walk here. I had a little siesta. I think I'm ready to go check out the big Quinault Cedar Nature Trail. It's supposed to be some big cedars, so check that out. Be warned, sitting on these logs, they're very splintery. I feel like I feel a splinter in my butt. So I was looking at the bushes for berries, because they look like berry bushes, and I found this little portal to a shaded area under a tree. Big hunk of it fell at some point. Yeah, I remember the lady at the history place was saying how all the big trees get struck by lightning. This one is kind of hanging on, I think. Oh, these are a lot of trees just growing on it. Oh yeah, maybe way up there is somewhat alive. Oh, there. Look who else is enjoying the berries. I think this is the runner-up when the other tree dies. This one's pretty big. Saw some big cedar trees. Now I was thinking to check out Ruby Beach. It's right at the exit for the Hoh River, so I figured I could walk to the Hoh River where it comes into the ocean. So I figure we'll check that out and see what that's like. Hole in the wall. Not the hole in the wall, but a hole in the rock. There's a seal. Oh my gosh. Whoa. Oh, I thought he was gonna surf. The first beach I went to was like your standard beach, like really sandy, long, uniform, but I like the variation and what's going on here and at Rialto. So I googled it and tide is going out, and I saw people on these rocks, so as long as it's going out, maybe I'll go check out some tide pools. A 5-year-old told me there's a bunch of starfish, so I thanked him. I'm very excited now. Tons of these anemones, if I'm saying that right. Probably not. Wow. Oh. I was like hearing this weird squeaking sound, thinking like, whose kid is that? But it's a bunch of birdies. I feel like my trip is made. I was debating if I wake up really early to get low tide to see the starfish, and I saw them. So I don't have to wake up early and go the opposite direction before I need to go back. But then someone told me that at really low tide you can see an octopus. There's always something more to see. Well, I feel like I've really seen all the things that I came here to see, so I'm pretty happy. Like, it's been a great trip. I've really enjoyed this. Enjoyed the trees, the forest, the ferns, the birds, all of it. No idea when I'll be at the Pacific Ocean again, so I feel like I need to take advantage, soak it up. Hung out for another like half hour or so. Looked for whales, no whales. I saw a seal, so that's cool. This trail is way too popular. Those are very high. It is so big and so far in there. All packed up, had breakfast. It is a little after 8:30, so I'll go to Port Angeles and look for some mementos and do a little bit of whale watching. We'll see how long I do that for. And on to Spokane to a treehouse. The last exciting Airbnb for this trip. So this is the Edith's Hook that juts out from Port Angeles, and I guess this is where we look for whales. There are wild cats on Edith's Hook. Whose cats are these? And this is looking Port Angeles / Olympic National Park direction. My guess is maybe the whales wouldn't come on the inside of this hook, so maybe I'll do a short walk on the other side and see if anything comes up. So I did look for a very short amount of time. No luck. Kind of expected. It's really rare to see whales, so it was a stretch of an ask. Anyways, on to Spokane. Hello.
Isn't that a cute one?
Yeah. So, just arrived to the treehouse Airbnb, and it's super cute. Host has all sorts of animals. The geese are extra funny. Yeah, what a charming little Airbnb. So this Airbnb also has, oh, if you talk, they talk back. Hello. Has some farm animals. And there is my treehouse for the night. It looks lovely. I inspected underneath how they built around included the trees, and it seemed like they built around the trees. I don't really see anything. It's not being supported by the trees. But it is cool. Reminds me of my parents' camp. The decorations, all the wood, the smell. I decided to have coffee with the birds and the animals. What is wrong with your call? And these ones have the cutest little toys. So I experienced my first outdoor shower last night, and it was a really nice experience. This has been a great end to the vacation. And having a chat with the Airbnb host, she was saying that the architecture and design decorations are inspired by Adirondack architecture and cabins. So it's no surprise it reminded me so much of my parents' camp in the Adirondacks. All right, it's onward to the last stretch home. And goodbye to the cute treehouse Airbnb. I'm looking forward to seeing my cats and Mitch. So. Welcome to Idaho. Phew, what a drive, but we're home. See if the cats miss me. Hello, kitties. Hello. Hey, baby boo. No, no, come say hi.